I love animated short films. I think they're really cool and I love all the projects that come out of it. Some of my favorite videos on YouTube are just class project submissions because I would binge watch a bunch of them when I was younger, and I wanted to talk about my experience working on one. It started when my friend reached out to me asking if I wanted to help him out on his film festival project, and that it was going to be an anime styled opening, and I was immediately on board. I was like, yes, please. I practically grew up on anime and it holds a very special place in my heart. So I was really excited. And so I was given storyboards 1 through 5, and I'll be talking about my process with them. So here's the first storyboard of Magic Swirl. And so I could kind of tell we were going for that anime opening part where they showcase the characters in different intervals. So starting with Kaya, I could tell we were going for a winky face, like the little cute head turn winky face. And so I figured the best way to get to that would be by having her turn to the camera, look surprised, and then transition into that winky face. I was struggling a bit here, but I think I managed to get it down in the end, and I did like how it turned out. Moving on to Liliana. Liliana was a lot easier to animate because it was just a simple head turn and I could just let the hair do most of the work, and I also thought that came out pretty nice. Moving on to Malaire. I struggled a bit with this one because A, I don't draw cats, and B, I couldn't really figure out Malaire. I don't know, I couldn't match the storyboard that well, but I just figured I should get the idea down anyways. Like you can see here, I'm struggling a bit trying to find out the facial expression that I'm trying to portray here, but I think it came out decent in the end. So I mean, you know, that's what matters, right? Just getting the idea across, putting it down. Moving on down to Kiyomon. I think Kiyomon's design is really cool. I did enjoy drawing him the most. And nothing crazy here, just a simple head tilt up, just very easy to animate. And you can see it starting to come together now, and I do really like it. So last up is Kenya. I also like Kenya. I think she's very pretty. I hope I did capture her look. And just another simple head turn. And it's starting to flow really nicely now. And that is the first storyboard. We didn't do the background because I figured we'd do that later, but we got all the characters here now. So for the second storyboard, we're going to be introducing some story elements here. And I didn't get too much of a description, but I could kind of tell what he wanted from the images themselves. So starting off with the beetle, we got the beetle opening its wings to reveal the eye underneath. It's a really cool idea. I love it when they do that. They show something and then reveal it to be another thing. And yeah, so now we got the transition into the lectern. And for the lectern was fine. The pages turning into the orbs, which then the orbs go into the book, that I was struggling with. I was looking at a lot of references to try to figure out how it works, as well as just kind of, I would spin my finger. I took a little video of me spinning my finger, and I quite like how it turned out. I'm pretty proud of it. Could do a little better, but I'm perfectly fine with that. Storyboard number 3. Now my boy already did the first 2 scenes, so I just got to work on the other 4. And with that, the legs of Kaya, she's supposed to be walking in the frame after she just got done running, and I took way too long trying to animate this, and halfway I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna record a video of myself walking in the frame. You know, I had to do it myself. I really thought I could conjure it up in my brain, but it just didn't work. But you know, that's what references are for. So after I eventually got it down, I was pretty happy with the referenced work. We can move on to Kaya doing the cute anime head scratch thing, you know, that so we got done with that, and then we move on to Malaire and Kiyomon glaring at her. Again, I don't draw cats, but yeah, they're glaring at her. I'm assuming it's because she's late. She failed to show up. Really sweet, cute, sweet moment. A nice short animation for this storyboard. Storyboard 4 picks up where the third one ended, with showing some of the other characters as well as introducing newer ones, but there isn't too much for me to talk about with this time lapse, so I'm just gonna talk about how we got here in the first place. So my friend and I, we met back in middle school, and it's progressed all the way up until now. He currently goes to college in New York for art, animation, and graphic design, which is really cool. Like, that's so sick. And when he asked me to be a part of this project, I was already like, yes, let's do it. And I was really excited. It seems like this was a series he had in mind, like these characters were already thought out and he wanted to make some sort of manga or webcomic about them. And I'm glad I was able to help out in my own way. I know our art styles aren't the same, but he said for the storyboard I could kind of like do my own thing, so that's what I did here. I hope he likes it. And unfortunately, we could not finish it, and I'm going to get to that in a second, but his storyboards were all of the action scenes, so this was really coming to be a really cool project. Unfortunately, we never actually got around to finishing the storyboards. We found out that the submission date was a lot earlier than we thought, and we ended up missing it, which is a real bummer. I know he was really excited about this project, and so was I, but at the very least, I wanted to make this video to acknowledge the work that I did and to talk about it, because I think it was cool. It was a really fun process, and I really hope we can pick it up some other time.